Hey, I want to start off this video by saying that I know your situation may be hard for you right now. Times may be tough. You really might be looking to change. You've had enough. You're fed up. And you're just looking for answers, right? You're looking for motivation. You're looking for a pep talk. I'm here for you today. This is Mekus with the Continence Club. You can change your life right now. You know, how much of a privilege is this, right? We have a great opportunity today to change our lives, right? We have an opportunity to set ourselves apart from 95% of people, to really take control of our mind. Like, how cool is that? Like, it's like we're on a mission. It's like a movie, right? And we're going to get into that in a second here. I know you see the projector, right? And it's time that this movie starts to hit its climax, you know, and it all comes from you first. At the end of the day, it comes down to controlling and making up your mind right now to live to your fullest potential. You see, because whenever it's all said and done, it's time for you to pass. Whenever you look back on your life, what are you going to be more happy about? What are you going to be proud of, right? Are you going to be proud about the fact that you didn't take control of your life and you didn't live the life that you actually wanted to live? I don't think so. So that's why today is your wake-up call, to put away the distractions and just do things that you want to do. You know, live the life that you want to live, that you know is fulfilling and meaningful and that has integrity, a life of service to others as well, right? You have to give to receive. So that's the gap that we're bridging today. It's time for you to make that wake-up call, right? It's time for you to look yourself in the mirror and step up to the plate, because you can do it. You really can. So this current situation that you're in right now, you know, you're not going to be here much longer, especially after you understand this video, right? So the thing is, the fact is that many find it difficult to make a change, and it's not your fault. You know, you didn't grow up knowing the importance of a controlled mindset. You didn't grow up being taught in school the potential that you have deep down, the person that you can really become if you set your mind to it. You know, instead, you know, we were taught a lot about, celebrities and what they're doing, and, things that are really irrelevant to our growth as individuals. But it's okay, because all of that happened for my benefit. I'm not mad about any of that. And I'm grateful because it brought me to this position to share this information with you, right? So I'm grateful. I'm happy that we weren't taught any of this stuff. I got to figure it out, and that's great. I'm getting to figure out something that a lot of people don't know, right? That are ignorant to. And like I said, it's not even their fault, because that's just not how we were brought up. So the fact that you're watching up to this point shows that you're just different, and you know this, that we weren't taught the significance of mind control growing up. This type of information I'm sharing with you that successful people know, and that I've realized growing up, and I've seen through my successes and stuff, this is why you're here, right? And you respect that. So all you need to do is have an identity shift and stay true to your desired situation. That's it. All you have to do is put yourself in alignment in the framework of this person here in this desired situation, and you're automatically going to get what you want in due time. Trust me. So let me ask you something. When you're here, whenever you have whatever it is that you want, right? How do you feel in that moment? Have you thought about that? Have you even thought about what you do want, right? How do you walk? Do you have clarity on how you feel and how you walk? Do you have clarity on how you talk? Do you have clarity about how you go about your day? Who are you in this desired situation? That's what you need to find out and get clear on, right? And how cool is this? Like, you can really be an example for your family. You can be an example for your generation. You can be an example for your friends. You could be a trendsetter for your children, a hero, right? You can set yourself apart and be great. Like, you can really do this. Like, I'm not here to just, flatter you. I'm here to tell you that you can really do this. You really can be that person. Just keep your head up. All you have to do is show up every day and know that what you desire is on the way. Matter of fact, it's already here. All you need to do is remain in alignment with the feeling state. And I'm going to keep saying this because it's real. I'm going to keep saying this so that you understand this and get a grasp of this, so that you can elevate your life, right? So let me ask you a deep question. Are you ready for your desired situation? Are you really ready to live that life? Are you really ready to get what you want? Are you worthy of it yet? You know, and once you do have it, are you going to be able to keep it? Because I talk about it in my videos. I say, if you're not in, you know, if your mind isn't controlled enough, right, and you receive something, more than likely you're going to lose it because your mind isn't in alignment, right? So I want you to ask these questions. These are great questions for you to ask before you ask me, or before you ask yourself why you haven't achieved your desired situation, right? Why you haven't been able to control your mind, right, the way you want to. Are you really ready for it? That's the question you have to ask yourself. And so for you to really get a grasp of what I'm talking about, and for this to make sense, think about your life like a movie script, like a movie that you sit and watch in IMAX theater, in Cinemark, you know, Tinseltown, wherever it is. You know, your mind, right, is literally that movie projector. It's the same concept. And your life is literally the movie being played. You know, think about it. You know, you go to the movie theater and you watch your favorite actor or whatever, and you're so invested in the movie. You're so invested in that person's life. You're so invested in what that person has going on. You're so invested in the outcome. You're rooting for that main character. You want the protagonist to win, right? You have all of their support, and in the movie you see that they're down in the dumps. In the movie you see they're in the current situation that they don't want to be in, and they change it. That's what makes the movie so beautiful, because they got somewhere, they made something of themselves. They bridged that gap by making a decision that they're going to achieve whatever objective that they wanted in the movie. That's what makes movies awesome. But what if I told you your life is just like these movies that you're watching in the movie theater, right? Like, because that's what it is. So in order for you to go from your current to your desired situation, you don't need to change the movie. You don't need to change the external movie. You need to change the projector. You need to change the media outlet. You need to change yourself. You need to change your internal state, right? You're not changing anything in the external world, right? You're changing everything in the internal world. You're changing everything in the movie projector, right? So that you can adjust the media coming out of it, right? So your life is dictated based off your mindset. We know this, you know this, which is why you want to take control of it. So let me ask you a question. What movie do you want to see? What movie do you want to see about your life, right? And in order for you to see the movie that you want to see with your life, you have to change yourself to change the movie projection. You have to deconstruct negative thoughts and construct positive thoughts. So in order for you to display that movie in your life that you want to see for yourself, right, you have to really construct positive thoughts and transmute the negative energy to positive energy. And then you're going to be living a life, you're going to be living the movie that everybody else wants to see. You know, everyone else is going to be so inspired by you. They're going to want to get close to you because you achieve something in life. You're successful. They're going to be grabbing their popcorn to watch your movie, right? And you might literally come out with a movie because you got so successful, right? You achieved your desired situation. So you see how those things are interconnected? There's no such thing as a coincidence. You know, everything is interconnected. God is perfect. Our God in heaven is perfect. He knows what he's doing. You know, so change your life. What an honor it is to wake up every single day to work on yourself. This is Mehus with the Continence Club. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the other side. And until next time, keep going.